What is up, guys? It's Mamba. I am back with my Destiny 2 guide for beginners. This is part 2. I'm going to allow Shahan to talk here about what's going on, and then I will get into what we're going to see today, what you're going to see today, and what I'm going to explain. This is a fairly long video. I just spent the last hour and a half getting all this content, and I will try and get through this as best as possible. I will be talking a lot through this, so I'm sorry for anybody who just wanted to see a guide that was just straight up me playing and just kind of take it from there. So sorry in advance, but let's get into this. So right now we are playing as a Titan on my new Destiny 2 account for New Light. I have no season passes, I have no expansions, no exotics, no nothing. I am playing a straight up blueberry. I am a brand new player. I am acting as I've never played this game before. So let us get into this, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. And this might be a two-parter. This might be a two-part video. I don't know. We'll see in the end. So let's get into this. Right now, I just accepted a new quest from Shahan. I'm going to pick up all of the bounties that I can from him that are available, because you want the XP from them and you want to get some glimmer from him, because when you go to the tower in this video, you will see that you need some glimmer to buy some stuff. This is the season pass. It is the season of the plunder. If you guys do want to spend the money for it, I believe it's $10 or $12. You get a free exotic. It's a pretty cool fusion rifle, and you also get the second tier, the second row of the perks that you get. So like you get more legendary shards, you get more weapons, you get more armor, you get stuff that you get with experience doing Vanguard strikes, doing Crucible, doing Gambit, doing bounties all day, every day. So, you know, it's definitely worth the buy if you're really looking to get into Destiny 2, but I'd definitely suggest playing through the New Light campaign, doing a bunch of stuff, trying to get as high level as you possibly can, and then deciding if you want to play deeper into the game and you really want to explore the seasons, the new activities like the Catch Crash and the Expedition playlist, doing a lot of cool stuff. Right now, I'm just trying to complete some bounties, getting, as you see right there, a Spitting Distance, which is a melee bounty. So now I just sped up this part of the video. We're going to go do a Lost Sector. Lost Sectors are little mini strikes or dungeons. That's the symbol on the map. If you open up the map, you'll also see other locations with that tri-arc there. And there's multiple Lost Sectors per planet. They give you unique rewards when you first start playing. After a while, it's just kind of the same old rewards. But a cool thing is every day there is a legendary and master Lost Sector that you can do. I do them every day and put out guides for them, because some people, they think it takes a long time, or you got to be really experienced in the game, or you got to have the right stuff. So like I just said, this is a Lost Sector. They're dangerous areas where combatants guard chests of loot. You want to complete them, try and get the loot, and hopefully you get good rolls from it. So this is the beginning of the first Lost Sector on the EDZ, or the Cosmodrome. It's a really easy Lost Sector. You can get done with it in a couple minutes if you know what you're doing. But like I said, if you're a New Light player, just go through it slowly, figure out what you need to do, and go from there. You're basically going to be killing a lot of adds right off the bat, and then you'll come across a few hard enemies. You'll even see I die here in this because I wasn't watching what I was doing, and I cornered myself. So, a little fun tidbit right there. And as like I said in my last video, when you're a Titan, you get a shield. That's a barricade wall. It's a good way to stop enemies from damaging you, and also kind of like get your health back up. You definitely want to use it in conjunction with your whole entire setup. It definitely saves you. It definitely keeps you alive, especially when you go through harder strikes and stuff. You can kind of like back yourself up, heal up, go get some adds done. Go get some adds. You always want to make sure you're always looking out for enemies, watching your radar. When you zoom in, you will lose your radar, for anybody who doesn't know. Just like most games that don't have, well, actually I think Call of Duty, you're able to see your mini-map when you aim down the sight. But as you'll see right here, these guys are protected by this servitor. He can push out a shield that he can put onto the enemies, and they cannot be damaged inside their shield. So definitely keep a lookout for that. This is where I cornered myself. Shouldn't have done it, but I did. It happens. All you do is basically just suck it up, die, respawn, get back in there and kill some of the enemies. And you'll see the boss that we have to face, which is, we just saw one of those small servitors. Now we're going to have a big one we're going to have to face. Right there, that is a finisher. Everybody has a base finisher that they start off with. It's a good way to knock down an enemy who's like he's a yellow bar and he's got like a little bit of health left, or like I think it's like underneath a quarter, and it will kill them instantly. It's a good way to get rid of some ads and get rid of some harder bosses to get rid of. This is the servitor. I cast my super to do some damage, took him out pretty quickly. There's 2 other servitors and a couple other ads in here you got to take out. Just be on the lookout if you're dying or anything like that. Jump off to the side like you'll see over here. I jump off so I can reload my sniper rifle and take out these 2 servitors. And as you notice, I don't reload any of my weapons, so I'm always put myself in a predicament if you can't notice that. So this is your first power weapon. So a power weapon goes in your 3rd slot. It uses purple ammo bricks or heavy ammo bricks. This is a rocket launcher. As you notice, I just missed because it doesn't have tracking on it or anything like that. It's just a blue weapon. If it doesn't have tracking if you pick up a rocket launcher, shoot it at the enemy's feet if they are not floating like those little shanks were. But shoot it at their enemy's feet, and it will give you a nice bump of damage on them. And it usually can kill about like 6 or 7 enemies with one single shot. So now we're back at Shah Han. We just completed the mission that he asked for us, and now we're going to listen to him talk again. According to that schematic, so don't worry, you won't have this much talking with a lot of characters. It's pretty fast-paced.
Plenty of juice from the grid, but it's offline. If we spin it up, it might stop the overload and get us to the superconductor. Trick is, we need to be at 2 places at once to reboot: the array itself and the power station. To top it off, Vendetta is still out there, so you need to watch yourself. I'm not losing any more Guardians today.
So this is our first legendary weapon. It's called Night Watch. Really cool scout rifle. You can put an automatic retro, or it's called retro automatic or something like that, to make it an automatic scout rifle. So you gotta do is hold down your R2 button if you're playing on Xbox or PS4, PS5, and just your left click mouse button. As it shows you right there, legendary weapons have mods and traits on them. For this one, for example, has explosive payload and overflow. If you shoot an enemy with explosive payload, there's a little like what do you call it, AOE effect on them. So you want to put the full auto retrofit on it if you have it. And you also have on that one as well overflow. If you pick up special ammo bricks, it will overflow the magazine. The whole entire time I was playing with it throughout this video, the max I got was 38 rounds per magazine, which is a lot of rounds in a magazine for a scout rifle. If you have excess armor that's way below light level that you don't need, always, and I mean always, dismantle it. So I'm just trying it here. It's a really good scout rifle. It works really fast. You can get some pretty quick kills with it. So now we're going to be heading over to the Learning Light part of the campaign. This is where you'll get your first aspect, because you always will start with Void. You'll get your first aspect from this, and it will help you take down enemies faster and show you how to basically how to play your class, how to modify your class. And I also missed a chest right behind me as I was doing this, so I screwed up there a little bit, but it happens. You're going to go through a small bit of a loading screen. I meant to cut that out. And here you are. You're going to start its new mission, Refracted lesson. You're going to pick up and you're going to meditate on the light, and you're going to get your first aspect. It's going to give you an aspect for arc. I don't know why. I can't tell you why, but for some reason it is. I don't know why it gave me an arc one, but it also gave me a void one called Controlled Demolition. Controlled Demolition. Hitting a target with the void ability or volatile explosion makes them volatile. Further damage makes them explode. And you'll see here in the upcoming bits of how this works. When I throw a grenade and it kills an enemy, or I throw my shield and it kills an enemy, it causes them to explode in this massive ball of void, or purple light, basically. You'll see it coming up here in a second. We got to get through all these weird bricks, stone that we have to destroy with our shield and our grenade. Or if you're a hunter, it would be a knife and a grenade, and if you're a warlock, I believe it's some type of orb you push out and a grenade as well. What you want to look out for when you're doing this part of the Refracted lesson is those weird rotating spiky things. They will kill you instantly. I learned that the hard way. So definitely watch out for those. A few of them glitch out randomly and they will literally just smack you for no reason whatsoever. But as you notice, I'm throwing my shield really fast and my grenade really fast. And you're wondering how I'm able to do that. Right now you have a buff called Traveler's Favor. Traveler's Favor is basically you're filled with light consistently or constantly. You can just keep throwing and doing your abilities as fast as possible. It's supposed to show you and give new light players the feeling of throwing a shield, how to arc it, how to angle it, how to aim it, and how to throw your grenade for distances or hitting enemies. Like the first grenade you get as a Titan is the magnetic grenade. It literally attaches to your enemy. So all you have to do is throw it, make sure it hits them, and it will do 2 explosions. The first one's an implosion, and the next one's an explosion. So it's pretty cool grenade. So you'll see right here why are those guys exploding. That is the void ability volatile. So those guys are exploding, and they create massive AoE damage on everybody else that's around them. And if they die from that AoE damage, they will become volatile and then explode. So if you see where I'm going, with this. That volatile, if you get a massive group of enemies, you can literally just mow them down with 1 or 2 volatile hits, and boom, like I'll throw that. All the guys behind that thrall died instantly from 1 shield throw. Really cool ability to have. Void is a very powerful subclass to have, and if you follow my guides and my beginner guides, and I'll be doing some builds later, you'll see how to maximize and efficiently create a very high damaging character. And so now we have our super. I know in my last video I showed what the super was. It is Sentinel Shield. You get to throw a shield that does a lot of damage. You carry it around like Captain America basically, and you can throw it, you can smash stuff with it, you can beat people to death with it, however you feel like going around with it. But just know that you can die in your super ability. It is hard, but you can die. Just to keep that in mind. We're going to meditate a little bit more, and then now it's basically telling us to keep going to these wells of light so that we can keep learning, keep doing things. Well, you'll see here, I'm just chucking this shield, hitting some guys, making them explode over and over and over again. But once you get 1 or 2 kills with that volatile hit, you can just make enemies just explode constantly. It's a very good ad clear and very good for strikes. Not so much for Crucible, but for Gambit as well, which I'll be doing some guides about how to do Crucible and do some strikes, and I think you'll appreciate it. It's a pretty cool ability, and you learn how to throw that shield in such a way that it's going to hit an enemy on the move, or you can be really cool and use geometry if you really want to, or not geometry, angles, and throw it back against a wall for an enemy that's behind a wall, and it will bounce and track towards them, and boom. And like I just said in the previous, using a Rocket launcher is great for clearing ads and clearing enemies if you don't want to get up close and personal. If you want to just sit from a distance, it's pretty cool. So definitely use a rocket launcher if you have the ammo and you have the ability to. It will always clear out enemies really quickly and will damage yellow and boss enemies pretty quickly. So definitely have that in your arsenal always, and then further on you'll get better and better gear for when you do this. So now we're at the last well. It says you will end them. So basically, you're going to kill this last group of enemies, and you're going to come across your first yellow bar enemies outside of the Fallen that you see in the beginning of the new light when you're running through the Cosmodrome. You will see your first massive group of yellow bar enemies, which is very practical of when you go into strikes and nightfalls and other things like that, and raids especially. Because they're just filled with hard enemies, and you need to learn how to DPS them quick and efficiently so that you can get through it as fast as possible and try and get those juicy rewards that everybody wants. So we're going to meditate one last time, and here's a great example. When I throw this shield, boom, that group of enemies is gone to my right. I'm going to throw my shield again, group of enemies to my left, completely gone. You're just set, you're set. So now you want to pop your super while you're in here. You got 3 yellow bar knights who can take some damage if you don't notice. Those guys, they're not dying in one hit, so you got to hit them hard. But boom, you're done. If you have Vortex Nova Bomb, or Nova Bomb Vortex, I believe, you can one-shot most of those enemies. And if you have Hunter's Knight Stalker, you can fire off one bow shot in there, and boom, you're good. Those guys are dead. So now this is what your Sentinel Void 3.0 class looks like. You'll have fragments to use. You'll have aspects to use, different grenades to use, different jumps, different barricades, even a different super called Ward of Dawn, which is basically this massive bubble, which when you start playing Destiny more and more, you'll hear everybody ask for, like in a raid or in a strike, hey, we need a bubble so that we don't die. Or you get other things that come with it. And it's a really cool thing. It's definitely that tanky, I will take all the damage and this will take all the damage for us aspect. So a funny thing happened here with this mission. It actually glitched out on me. So definitely look out for when you're running this, if enemies don't spawn right away up top, the Fallen, because if they don't, that means it's glitched out. So restart the mission, just end the activity, restart it again, and then you'll be good to go. I ran all the way up to where the objective was, and it kept telling me to go all the way back. So definitely watch your little markers. Make sure they're actually keep going every time you get near them, not behind you. If they stay behind you, that means something either was missed or it's glitched out. So if it's glitched out, stop the activity, go back, restart it. It takes a couple, like maybe 30 seconds, and you're good to go. This room is also glitched out. For some reason, it's on a time delay or a lag. Those enemies won't spawn until you're like halfway through the room. So watch out for that. They can't kill you. They're super easy to kill. But just, you know, just pre-warning there. When you get in this room, there's a bunch of Thrall, and there's a few Cursed Thrall as well. Those yellow guys that explode, they can kill you if they group up on you. They can kill you in 2 blasts. So keep your eye out for them. Always watch your mini-map. Always watch your radar. And you'll walk through this room fairly quickly. It's a very easy room. It's just it's dark, and you got guys who will pop out of the wall for no reason. So definitely keep watch. The 2 weapons, a couple of the weapons you're going to get, I don't know if they're random rolls. Just for me, I got a sniper rifle and a rocket launcher. I will get a fusion rifle soon, but a sniper rifle is a great way to do heavy damage on the boss or heavy damage on yellow bar enemies. If you get a crit shot is usually the head. unless there's some other weird crit shot that happens. But you definitely want to look out for it. You always get that yellow number. It's always going to be higher than your base damage because it is a crit shot. So now what's going to happen here is supposed to be like a little, like, not jump scare, but like a, oh, you got to defend yourself, you're going to die kind of thing. You're going to have a bunch of enemies come out. I believe one or two knights come out. They're very easy to take down as long as you, you're keeping yourself distant. Excuse me. If you're keeping yourself distant or using a hand cannon or a shotgun, I suggest in this area a shotgun, but I just decided to punch everything because I'm a Titan. So just keep an eye out. This room is fairly easy, but the thralls can overwhelm you if you're not watching your mini-map, and they can kill you. And like, I think if 5 or 6 of them pop up on you, it's like 8 hits, they will kill you. So keep a lookout for that. There will be a cursed thrall in there, 2 of them. You hit one of them and kill one of them, it'll explode the other and take out most of the enemies. Sorry, so there's only one Titan, or I'm sorry, not one Titan, one knight. Hit him with a void overshield, or hit him with your knife, or hit him with a grenade. He'll go down fairly quickly.
Do you need backup?
I can take the heat, but I'm pinned down. I need to make a splash, cause some mischief.
If this happens to you while you're playing this public event, definitely participate in it. You will get some gear. Public events usually drop when you're a higher level, legendaries, but there is a chance you'll get blues. When you're a low level like this, you will get blues, but you want to have those blues because they'll be better than the base weapon or base weapon or armor that you will have. You're going to stand in this shadow rift. You're going to purge it, and then 3 crystals are going to spawn above you. 1 there. And don't be an idiot like me and compulsively reload every time you shoot 1 shot, and shoot that one as well. Then you're going to go into this, if you have a public event, do the public event. You'll get it done. You'll get some good gear. It definitely will help you out. I think I got the fusion rifle from this or something like that. I do die. You will be very squishy. There is a lot of enemies. But as you notice right now, my scout rifle has 38 rounds, and I have this buff called Overflow. Overflow is a great perk to have for PvE because it gives you more rounds in your magazine, so you can do damage consistent on a boss or on an enemy. As you see, I died right there in 4 hits. You know, if you're high level like 1580 and 100% resilience, you could take like 15 of those things before you even die. So just something to watch out for. Make sure you're watching your enemies if they're not looking at your teammates, and just kind of trying to keep track of that stuff. Those are Shriekers. Shriekers are Hive. They have tracking bullets energy, and they can be a bit of a pain. They can hit you, and they will kill you from a distance. So just watch out for that. And so you just saw the public event done, and I got a Titan mark, which is like a cloak for hunters, and then a badge or armband for warlocks. You're gonna have to defeat about, I think it's like 15 or 20 Hive until the defeat Hive thing goes away on your left side. And once that's done, you will go on to the next part of the mission. If you just didn't notice, that Hive wizard just freaked the fuck out. So it's kind of funny to watch. This area is rife with glitches for some reason. I don't know why, but it is. So just kill all the Hive that you see until you hit 100%. It's going to give you an objective complete. Follow this area. Follow your markers. You're going to get to your next spot, which is you're going to do the array. And then you'll have a massive not boss battle, but ad battle / boss battle with the Hive. It's just you and you alone. So definitely reload all your weapons. If you have a rocket launcher, reload your rocket launcher. Reload your scout rifle or hand cannon, your shotgun, your sniper rifle, everything. Because a lot of enemies do spawn. They won't overwhelm you if you're watching what you're doing. So just follow what I'm doing along. Do similar like that, and you'll be perfect.
It's operational.
So right now we're just waiting for that relay in the back right there. That thing's just jutting out into the sky, waiting for it to get done. And once it's done, you will hear in the background Shah Han is being overtaken by Hive. And then you have these 3 Hive tomb ships come up. They can't kill you alone, if you stand still, they do fire out these things called axion darts, or axion bolts, axion darts, I think. There's these purple things that are tracking me. And they do massive AoE damage as well as straight kinetic damage that can kill you in a couple hits. So definitely be careful, because this is a no respawn zone. So if you die, you have to respawn and restart the whole thing over again. And it's kind of slow. It kind of sucks. They don't all come at you at once, but they're trying not to overwhelm you as a new player. They don't want you to like just be like, crap, I can't do this game because they spawned 1,000 enemies in front of me. But you'll have a couple of guys spawn every 35-40 seconds. You'll have Thrall on the left hand, on the right side, come out of the buildings. Take them down as fast as possible because they can't overwhelm you. And then you'll have a knight spawn, and then like I said right there, you got some left and right enemies. Just hit him in the head. Thralls are usually one shot, body or head. You know, if you want to be accurate, be accurate. And so now I believe the big guy comes out. Big old ogre. Ogres are, you'll see in a second before I explain what they are. And then, oh, okay, never mind. Sorry, we still got some regular. Up there he is. So you want if you have your super ready, pop your super. If you have an up close super, get up there with him. But if you see he's a yellow bar enemy, really not hard to kill. I hit him in one shield throw and one shield bash. So really easy, really quick and easy to get the shield array mission done. And then you find out that Shah Han doesn't want to take you on any more missions because he's afraid you're going to get killed. So the relay is good, and we're going to pop over back to Shah Han, and we'll get on to the next part of the video.
Hive are retreating. Did it work?
Checking. Looks like it. Levels are dropping across the grid. Just need to unlock the chamber now, and we can finish this. Get back to camp before Novota makes another appearance.
Alright, we are back at Shah Han's little base. As you can tell in the background, he doesn't want us to help him find the superconductor. We do get a sparrow, so getting around in every planet now will be a lot easier. You will not be walking everywhere. So you will be able to just drive around your little sparrow. Makes for travel really quick if you don't have a quick travel destination on the planet just yet.
If not, I left you a sparrow. Take it and get out of here. Get to the last city. Shah Han, over and out.
How could he do this? Novota is still out there, and she already destroyed 2 Guardians. This is bad. Shaw said he took the only key, but he can't have searched the whole Cosmodrome. There has to be more. Let me check his archived location data. He was recently doing something out on the Forgotten Shore. Let's start searching there. Sending coordinates.
So here's your sparrow, a Wayfarer Delta. Sparrows are really cool. Good way to move around things. You can do some cool stuff on them for the exotic ones and legendary ones, but once you start playing more and more, stuff starts dropping, like exotic sparrows and regular legendary sparrows. You can do like flips and turns on them, and you can go a lot faster. It looks fast because I sped up this part of the video, but this is like a base 140, 150 or something like that sparrow, and you do not go fast at all. So now we are going to start the hunt for Shah Han. And we gotta find him, we're gonna save him, and show him that we're like a very powerful guardian, basically. So once the mission starts, there will be a loot chest right here that will always give you, I think it's a piece of armor. Every time it'll give you a piece of armor. Go put it on. It will be a lot higher than what you have now. Delete your previous armor for some glimmer, and if it's legendary, you'll get legendary shards. You will see your power level go up. You're not base anymore. You are now have a higher level power, and you will also see that your mods, or your your stats have gone up. So like resilience, strength, discipline, intellect, recovery will go up because that armor piece now has higher stats on it. So like any other game, you always want to get the best stats for your role and for your class. And now you're going to search around part of the Cosmodrome in the shore yards, I believe it's called, for these 3 chests that are going to give you access keys, basically, to go save Shah Han. This first one will never give you an access key because it's part of the mission. You will get a weapon. I got a fusion rifle. I think it's random each time. Fusion rifles are really good DPSing weapons. They fire constraints bolts of plasma, I believe. Don't take my word for it. I'm pretty positive it's plasma. Some are really slow firing, some are really fast firing, but slow firing ones, if you read the description when you get it, it says it does high damage, slow charging, high damage, best to sit still, stability, to get a higher DPS out of it. And then you're going to find the next chest right here, a little farther away from the other one. I just fired it off, as you see. Does some really good damage. That guy also hit it, so it wasn't a one-shot, so don't think fusion rifles are always one-shot. So you found the first code fragment. You're going to go see the next code fragment. I almost died doing this because I didn't go after the streaker first. I was like, oh, screw it, I can get the thing and then just run through it. I was sorely, sorely mistaken. And I also underestimated the charge time for that stupid fusion rifle. But if you have a rocket launcher or a sniper rifle, take it out from a distance. Take it out from a distance.
Got it. This has enough code fragments for me to generate a new authorization. I need to boost my signal for the key to register, though. Ionized superconductor energy.
So these are the energy that you need to collect. They're sitting all throughout part of the Cosmodrome. You just gotta kind of get near them, jump up near them, and it will automatically grab them for you. There will be some fallen. It's up to you if you want to take them out. They really can't damage you. Just be careful because your Sparrow can blow up, and that will do a lot of damage to you. Just get close to it. It'll pick it up. You only got to pick up 4 or 5, I believe, at 5. To get 100%, and you will find Shah Han's location, and you will get to the next part of the quest, and the Vendetta quest. This part, don't be an idiot like me and try and just power jump this thing, because it doesn't work, and it's really in an awkward position, and you have to be like right up next to it to collect it. So just be controlled and don't try and run through it like a maniac like I did. It's going to tell you where to go. Right up here, we're going to go back to where we were the first time when we go through the relay part of the map. But this point, you are going to go to a different location. It actually took me a second because I totally forgot that the room lags out, and I kill myself by complete accident. And it's kind of funny. It's a funny death. It's not the first time I've done this on this weird mission. So you're going to walk into this room, boom, there's nothing. This room to the left, right back here, is where you got to go, and I walk into it and die. And now you notice that there's arc energy all around it. Basically, you got to get near it. You need to walk into this room slow. Don't bum rush it, because you will die. The arc energy will go away because you have access to it, but as you notice, I'm a little skeptical of that. Throughout all Hive strikes and dungeons and stuff, these little weird spiky things will be in front of you. They are binding traps. They will bind you. All you gotta do is shoot at your feet. It will break the binding trap, and you'll be set to go. And now we're gonna come into this room. It will be Shah Han's in that room behind in the weird murky black greenness over there. And Nevota is gonna spawn right here. She is a bit of a pain for new light players because you really don't have a lot of damage you can put on her. You kind of just gotta be near her. If you got a rocket launcher, hit her with a rocket launcher a few times. You won't kill her. That's during a strike. You have to take her down. So you're basically just putting her to a point where the game says, okay, she's gonna run away. So enjoy that part. Do as much damage as you can. It won't take super long. I almost died a few times because I tried bum rushing it, but don't bum rush it. Just play it safe, play in a corner, and just be good, smart about it.
Nevota's gone. Wherever she went, I can't detect her anymore. But I've got a lock on Shah's ghost. Let me help him. Shah, are you all right?
What? What are you doing here?
We couldn't let you do this alone.
Nevota?
She's still alive. Somewhere. We did enough to force her to retreat.
You fought her off? All right then. I'm sorry I left you behind. After Cass and Maeve, I was just afraid to lose anyone else.
So were we. That's why we followed you.
Nobody likes to be sidelined. I'm glad you were here. I owe you. The prize is yours. Superconductor is over there. Grab it and meet back at camp. For real this time.
I can feel the arc light coursing through this. No wonder the Vanguard want to make a weapon with it. Let's head back to camp and then the last city.
So now that we've grabbed the superconductor, you have to go back to Shah Han. Like I said, pick up those bounties, get the first initial 5 done. It will give you a fair amount of XP and a fair amount of glimmer because you will need to buy stuff when you get to the tower. It will also give you, if you have done all this up to this point, you should get a power bonus and an artifact bonus. It will give you the prompt to put on your Sparrow. Just do it quick so you can get away with the helpful tips.
Thanks for the assist. Again. Wish you stumbled in a day earlier. Might have gone differently. Maybe Cass and Maeve. I'm just glad the light chose you. I've got new orders to stick around and scout Nevota's brood. Maybe I'll find some other new lights to shepherd along. As for you, it's time you meet Commander Zavala. He leads Guardian Ops from the last city. I've told him you'll be arriving soon with a superconductor, so take care of that thing. No dents or scratches. Zavala's a great leader and a good person. Learn from him. And don't be a stranger. Guardians are stronger together, right?
So now that we have the superconductor and we save Shah Han, we get our first ship, an Arcadia class jump ship. It is a common ship. You will get better ones throughout the season and throughout the game. They don't really do anything except give you cool transmat effects, and they just look cool aesthetic wise. You are now going to travel to the tower and the last city, and you're gonna go your destinations. And there's the tower. It is the prime hub for everybody. It is the home world of the home base of all Guardians, and the last city, supposedly, according to new stuff, there's not the last city, but regardless of that, you are now going to fly to the last city. And this cinematic's pretty cool. I suggest you don't skip it. I don't think it's skippable, but don't skip it. It's really cool. You get to see you fly through all these areas of the Earth that are just decimated from the collapse.
The last survivors of humanity's collapse call the city home. This is why I brought you back. To defend them. And to reclaim our lost worlds. We're here. The Traveler. The last city. Welcome home. Welcome to the tower.
All right, everybody, we've made it. We are now at the tower, the home and hub for all Guardians, Vanguard operations, Crucible, Gambit, Trials of Osiris, everything. We are here. This is the first person you're going to meet. Her name is Amanda Holiday. She can sell you ships, and she is also the shipwright for the Vanguard. She takes care of everything. We're going to register our ship here so that we can have a home base every time. We literally can always travel back to the tower, to the last city. And now we're going to go talk to Commander Zavala.
Okay, next up is tower security. We've had an increase in Guardians sneaking in contraband since a fellow called the Drifter arrived. So, Vanguard Commander.
Alright, so now we are at security before we meet Zavala. They have to just register and make sure we're not bad and they're not carrying any contraband items into the tower. It's the only time you ever have to do this. It's just kind of like a cool little thing saying like security is a big thing here. So now we are going to meet Commander Zavala. Commander Zavala is the head of Vanguard operations as well as the commander of the Vanguard. He is who's in charge of Guardians and strikes. So watch this. I'll give you a little intro into him.
Thank you for that. Your ghost has been looking for you for a long time. I'm glad he finally found you. And now you found the light. The Traveler entrusted us with this power so that we may protect our people from the forces that threaten our existence. You've carried out that duty from your first steps in the Cosmodrome. I don't take Shaw's recommendation lightly, But you have much to learn, and the conflict with the darkness is unyielding. We will analyze the superconductor you recovered. In the meanwhile, I have left you something in my office. Use it well. Be brave.
Zavala doesn't usually talk that much. You should take that as a compliment. I've marked his office on your tracker. Careful not to break anything in there, and don't touch his music. This is a Vanguard service weapon, but it's from Zavala's personal collection. Shaw must have talked you up quite a bit. Or maybe Zavala saw something in you. Where to next? Oh, you should head to the bazaar. That's where we'll find Ikora. Ikora Ray is the Warlock Vanguard. She leads the tower's Warlocks, like Zavala leads the Titans.
So this next person we're going to meet is Ikora Ray. She leads the Warlocks as well as a hidden group called the Hidden that collects information. We also get all of our upgrades for our Arc 3.0, Solar 3.0, and Void 3.0 from her. So you will see in this next couple of scenes that I'm buying aspects or grenades or other things like that. Peruse over it as much as you guys want, see what you really want, and once you get enough glimmer, legendary shards, and a bunch of other things, you'll be able to buy everything for your subclass that is unlocked, and you'll be able to make your first build and just go at it, have fun with it. That's like the whole part of this game, is creating a build that like is really tailored to you.
At one time or another, are shown by the traveler how to refine their connection to the light, how to feel and express greater sway over the powers they have been gifted, how to grow stronger. Your first guidance was born of Maeve's tragedy, discovered alone. Your next will be from me, and the lessons I have gathered from hundreds of others. We can start as soon as you are ready. Accept help where you can find it, Guardian. Our light shines brighter when we're together.
So this is the tab that I was talking about. You get to buy new supers, upgrade your supers for aspects, fragments, grenades, your movement mobilities. Your, like for Titans, you can get another rally barricade, which will help increases your reload speed, range, and you get an overshield as well, and a bunch of other stuff that you can get with it. These are different type of movements that you have. All the grenades, I buy the vortex grenade first because I'm kind of partial to it. Then you have aspects that you can buy as well. And then you can also go into the next spec, which is fragments, and you can buy fragments which help you increase your damage and output and how fast you get your super back, how fast you get your melee abilities back, getting volatile rounds, a bunch of other things. So definitely peruse through that. And once you buy what you need to buy, you have to meditate so you can get those abilities on your person.
What is it?
Deep breath, Soraya. The chance there are any bears up here is very small.
Always nice to see Ikora. While we're over here, we should check in with the Drifter. You may be wondering who leads the Hunters. See, we lost Cade 6, our Hunter Vanguard, a while back. Killed by a man named Uldren Sov. It was a difficult time. Now no hunter wants to take his place.
This is the Drifter. The Drifter is a rogue light bearer. So in the Destiny universe, there are guardians, quote unquote, who are not a part of the last city, who are not a part of any group. They are called rogue light bearers. They are just traveling across all the planets, all the realms, just kind of being a warlord, or just like a gun for hire, basically. You know, a gun for hire that can't die. He can give you bounties for Gambit, and Gambit's an activity that you play. It's 4v4, it's PvPvE, so definitely take a look at that when you have the time. It's a real cool mode. It gets a lot of hate because you can kind of get screwed over in it, but it's not a bad way to get experience and get engrams and stuff like that.
Oh, and no tour of the tower would be complete without meeting Lord Shax. Shax is in charge of live fire drills and general combat training for Guardians. It all happens.
This person
in the Crucible,
is Lord
where
Shax.
oversees battles of
Dude
light
is
versus
badass.
light.
He is awesome. He leads the Crucible. He does all the events for it, except for Trials of Osiris and Iron Banner, but those are weekly things that happen randomly throughout the season. He always is in control of the Crucible, and Crucible is Destiny's PvP aspect, or mode that you can do, or activity. You go in there, it's usually 6v6 if you play Control, and there's a few other modes that are in there that are, you know, they're kind of tailored for certain weeks, just for, you know, fun and shits and giggles. But the main one that a lot of people play is Control and Elimination. If you're a real big PvP player, Crucible is a lot of fun. It can be a little aggravating, but it can be a lot of fun. This next person is Banshee44. He is the gunsmith. You do not craft weapons through him. You do craft weapons through certain other things throughout the game, but what he can give you is a lot of things that are, what can I say, bounties to get enhancement cores. You can buy enhancement cores from him. You can buy mods from him. The mods, you always want to check him every day for the new mods that he has, and definitely look at him every day. This is Master Raoul. Master Raoul is the cryptarchaeologist. So you get these things called engrams in the game. You will get them randomly from drops. Just like this right here, it will show you, and a few other scenes you'll see, he gives you an engram, an umbral engram, and you can decrypt it. You usually get a purple from it. If you're higher level, it's always a purple. And then you have access to your season once you talk to Master Raoul. So you see I'm already season level 5, and I got 6 enhancement or upgrade modules and 25 legendary shards. So you always want to check on your season rank, your season level, and always go to him if you have engrams to decrypt, and you'll always get good gear from him.
I am at your service. Be the one who moves, not the one who is moved. Our battle is more full of names than yours. Our men more perfect in use of arms.
So if you've been watching, what I just did was I queued up for a strike. A strike is like a dungeon in a game, in any other game, or like a playlist activity. Right now, there's only one strike available when you are playing on a new light account, and that is the Disgraced. You have to go in and kill and banish that Hive Queen or Hive Wizard Novota that we had in our previous quest just before we came to the tower, the one where we saved Shah Han. Basically, in between while you're waiting for your strike to queue up and people to join in on you, check all your inventory, you know, check if you want to use a shotgun or a fusion rifle or rocket launcher or sword. I chose the lonesome pistol that I was given from Zavala, a fusion rifle, or a grenade launcher, and then my sword. And you'll see that I use them all. It's definitely, you want to choose what weapon you want to use in between, and you are not locked at the lower level strikes You can change your weapons as much as you want in the lower level strikes. The higher level strikes, it starts becoming more increasingly difficult, and you can't change your weapons. You gotta plan ahead, see what's going on in the strike, choose your loadout, and then go in, solo or with the team.
This is a worthy challenge for you, Guardian.
Cass and Maeve gave their final deaths fighting Nevota. That can't be for nothing.
It won't be.
Steady. I know how those nerves feel. Pack it away, eyes down the sights.
So I just want to say before I let this whole strike play out in the background without me talking, this is a good base level strike and a good learning experience of what a strike will look like. This is called, I can't remember exactly what this strike is called in the playlist and actually on the EDs in the Cosmodrome, but it's an easy one. It can be ran in about 10 minutes solo or with the team, but it is a good basis of what you will see when you get into a strike. It is a lot of enemies coming at you, a lot of puzzles, not a lot of puzzles, but quick puzzles. Enemies you have to kill really fast, shoot them down quicker, you'll be overwhelmed. How to communicate and play off your fire team. And it's just a good base level one of what you should know to do and how you should get through strike. So that's what I wanted to say. So I hope you guys enjoy the strike. It was pretty quick. We somehow got lucky. The guy was season level 46 and was like a 1580. So it went by really fast.
Fallen raiding party ahead. They don't seem thrilled about Nevota's presence. I'm reading dense Hive signatures in a facility up ahead.
Nevota is gathering a swarm.
We might be walking into a trap.
That's the gig. We carry the light where no one else can. Burned out the rest of Nevota's hiding spots. She's got nowhere to run.
A well-crafted snare.
I'm just doing my part. It's in your hands now, Guardian. All right, take her down. Rest easier now, thanks to you.
Couldn't have done it without you, Shaw.
Maybe. Don't sell yourself short. I see a spark in you, Guardian. Make sure you keep it safe. Don't let it get to your head, okay? This is only the beginning of your story.
Excellent work. Return to the tower.
So if you've been following along, that was the first strike. If you were following along with this guide right from one screen to the next playing Destiny, congratulations, you just did your first strike. It is one of the harder things to do in the game. If you don't know what you're doing, I've seen many people die in strikes just because they just thought they could bum rush through everything. You will always get something good at the end of a strike, especially at the beginning of a reset week. You will always, if you do 3 strikes at the beginning of the week, beginning of the week, you will get a pinnacle drop. The same thing goes for Gambit and Crucible and whatever dungeon is being ran that week. So congratulations, you've made it this far. You are now at the end of the journey that you just started. You are now beginning your first steps into making your first build, your first DLC, your first everything really. That's what you're going to be seeing. You're going to be going through everything. You're going to want to explore everything. You're going to want to look at everybody. You're going to want to make a badass looking Titan or a badass looking Hunter. You're going to want to buy things from the store. You're going to love it. Destiny 2, in my opinion, is one of the best games in the world. It's a really cool game. There's so much to do every single day. There's a lot of grinding. I will be honest about that. But if you're one of the people who likes playing grindy games, this is it. Every day you're going to have something to do. You're going to have a daily dungeon to do or a weekly dungeon to do. You're going to have daily playlists to do at reset. You're going to have daily lost sectors at Legendary Master, which I do every single day and put out on my channel so people who are new players can be like, oh, that's how it's done. You know, I was having a hard time with this. You're going to have so much to do every single day. Especially if you make 3 characters, you have to do each thing each day on each character. You can just grind every single day, and if you love grinding, this game is great for that. You can do Crucible, just like I'm showing right here. You can do Vanguard operations. You can do Gambit. You can go farm Umbral engrams and craft weapons on Mars. You can do so much stuff. It's unimaginable, and you guys are coming in at a perfect time because the next DLC is coming out in the next 4 or 5 months. All right, you get where you want to go and get where you want to be. You want to look like a badass Titan that can mow through people with solar energy. Make that guy right now. Come 5 months from now, you're going to have a brand new DLC to jump into and be a part of this great community. I mean, I'm basing my whole channel on Destiny 2. It is such a great game. I play it constantly. I play it with my friends. I play it with my brother. I play it with so many people. And the groups that you can find, oh, it's amazing. People will take you through a dungeon, will take you through a raid and show you all the mechanics. I ran just the new raid last night with a bunch of random people, and we got through almost all of it just by talking, going, oh, I saw how this was done. I saw how this was done. You want to download the Destiny 2 companion app. You want to talk to people. You want to join Discord forums. You want to join Reddit forums, Facebook forums, and stuff like that, so you know what to do and ask these questions. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This last few minutes of it is just me walking around the tower. You don't have to watch it. But I hope you guys enjoy the content. I've had a bunch of people in the last couple of days ask for a new video on part 2. So here it is. It's really long. I probably should make this in a two-part video, but you know, screw it. I'm gonna make it a full hour-long video, and if you guys want to watch it, be my guest. I would love it. Comment, please comment. You know, it makes the algorithm work for me. I love you guys. I love doing this. I didn't think I'd like doing this all the time, but I really like making these videos for people, especially my Lost Sector videos every day. People seem to enjoy those and go, you know, thanks for the info, thanks for the strategy. If you guys have any comments or questions, or even if you hate this, comment down below. I'll gladly talk to you, and I will see you in the next one. I may make another part 3 on doing like building up. I'm probably going to do that about doing mods, stats, how to get your first exotic, and you know, I may buy a few, I may buy the season pass, and I may buy the actual thing, but I hope you guys enjoy this, And I will see you in the next one. Peace out.
Before I opened my doors to Guardians, I watched you thrash through your collective existence. Loss never so much as hindered your destructive stride. The Red War, a Vanguard's death, mere hiccups. Back then, I judged you as callous. I assumed it was easy for you to rebuild, because your condition makes you incapable of caring about anything ephemeral. Now, I find myself in a dark hour, and I must admit I am envious of your tenacity. The Black Armory was founded to stand against the coming shadow. But when the darkness returned and our defenses faltered, my work made no difference. Humanity's focus shifted to the stars, and now the forges are gone. If I hope to maintain the Armory's legacy, it's clear I must build something new. The fallen refugees who fled Europa tell of some unfinished Braytech research on matter programming. I believe it could be a new start for the Armory. I've used the Vanguard network to download as much as I can. But some branches can't be accessed remotely, and Europa remains a dangerous front for the Lightless. I need you to enter the Braytech facilities and download the data manually. The Black Armory thanks you.